Mount Tai holds a pivotal place in Chinese culture.
I love the views.
这是我们中华民族文化的一个高地啊！
我的名字就跟泰山有关系。
Not only is it known as China's national mountain, but it also stands as a brilliant symbol of the Chinese spirit and heritage. For profound understanding of China's history and culture, Mount Tai serves as an unparalleled and vivid textbook.
In the past, when foreign tourists thought of China, they often recalled the saying, "He who has not visited the Great Wall is not a true man." Today, however, travelers should also make it a point to include a climb of Mount Tai in their itinerary.
Especially in recent years, Mount Tai has become increasingly popular among Chinese youth. Despite its rugged terrain, young people have been bravely forging ahead, challenging themselves.
上面有很多雾。
This fog is like amazing.
五岳之首，
勇攀高峰，
坚韧不拔。
To understand today's young people in China, we might find answers from the Special Forces-style tourists of Mount Tai. Today, Wang and I will take two friends from the US to climb this mountain, engage in deep conversations with Chinese youth, explore their motivations for reaching the summit, and discover how the spirit of Mount Tai continues to inspire generations of Chinese youth.
Alright everyone, so we're here today at Mount Tai. So I think it's your first time coming here for everyone, right?
Yeah.
What are your guys' first impressions if you're coming to climb this mountain?
I would say it's very beautiful. And then it might be harder than I expect because I come from Shanghai.
Oh.
The highest mountain in Shanghai is like 97 meters.
Yeah.
This is not my first time climbing mountains. I climbed 3 of them in Zhangjiajie. So I'm very excited to get to the top. I think I can do it.
It's my first time in Shandong, but I always climb mountains. I think I'm gonna be okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna be okay.
Yeah, I think
What,
I'll
do you
be
want me
okay.
to carry
Well,
you?
Not really. I'm in the Mountaineering Association, okay?
well, the optimism is high, which is a good thing because they said this is one of the hardest mountains to climb. So,
Okay.
with that in mind, and I think now that we have our optimism is at a high right now, let's take that and let's do it.
Another thing to add is that this mountain means a lot to Chinese people.
Yes.
That's right.
So definitely we can try to have some stories with the tourists passing by
That's right.
in our way up.
You guys ready to go and try it?
Yeah, I'm excited. Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
do this. Hey, 你好。
可以采访一下你们？
可以简单采访2个问题吗？
能接受一个小采访吗？
我们是中国日报社来的。
可以采访你一下吗？
你是从哪里来的？
广西、
威海、上海市、浙江、
深圳，
河南新乡来的。
我从焦作来的。
About fast, I'm from Iran.
你觉得泰山对于你来说是个什么样的地方？
还是一个蛮雄伟、蛮壮丽的一个地方。五岳之首嘛，我觉得有生之年还是要来爬一下。
你是第一次来泰山吗？
那你为什么想来爬泰山呢？
因为刚刚正好玩，然后和朋友想出来放松一下。
泰山比较高嘛，比较有挑战性。
我的名字就跟泰山有关系。
是吗？能介绍一下？
有一首诗叫做“会当凌绝顶，一览众山小”，然后我的名呢就是一览。
哦。
想要来看一下，拿那个5块钱对比一下。
So how do you feel so far?
Feeling great, feeling exciting about going to the top.
我觉得这块烟雾缭绕挺不错的，
非常清爽，
很壮观，更壮观，超出了我的想象。
那你觉得就是泰山精神是什么？
勇攀高峰，
坚持吧，
坚韧不拔，
坚持不懈，勇往直前。
这是我们历史的一部分。你如果能够有勇气，能够坚持下来，一直到顶端，你会看到这根植在我们民族文化里面最自豪、最骄傲的部分。
你有信心登上山顶吗？
能。
肯定可以，可以，人总要有信心嘛。Do you think you're gonna get on the top?
I hope so.
Absolutely. All right, I'm looking forward to the top of the mountain.
Motivated by everyone's determination,
The 4 of us are ready to rise to the challenge.
let's embark on this adventure.
Onward to the summit of Mount Tai.
Mount Tai.
对于年轻人来讲的话，爬泰山有什么启发意义呢？
就是在迷茫的时候可以给你这个方向吧。
非常欢迎国际友人来中国旅游，然后来泰山爬山。
欢迎你们来中国。
谢谢。All right, guys. Well, here we are. We have finished our climb on Mount Tai. So we did it. How are we all feeling?
I feel good.
Feel good? Man, a few words there. How do you really feel?
It is tiring, but it's definitely feeling good because you can always have beautiful views on the way, and that can really relieve you from the tiring.
Well, that's the thing. It's like no matter which part of the mountain you're going up, if you look around, you're going to have a nice view to see whether you're climbing up the mountain or you're in the cable car.
Okay, we did end up using the cable car to help us during our ascent.
Oh wow, going into the fog.
Oh, great. Into the abyss right there.
Into the unknown.
I was thinking of that.
Oh my god.
Now you can.
Oh, that's worth just seeing the quote. That's worth.
As for me, I'd prefer to climb up without using the cable car.
I think it's healing. I don't know, somehow. It looks like heaven here.
Those stairs are like really steep. I wasn't expecting that. Every other mountain I've climbed, there have been no stairs. Sometimes trails,
That's what I'm
sometimes
talking
no.
about.
It was really fun. I feel, oh, there's a hotel here?
You just mentioned that we can have the opportunity to climb the stairs instead of the dirt.
Yeah.
Which is actually something very, marvelous to think of, because they carry all those rocks on here and then build the road, build those hotels, something.
Yeah.
And that will definitely cause a lot of effort.
It is.
And I feel like everyone is coming here for some reasons. They have some expectations for the mountain.
So many times I go online, I saw these like vloggers and they like filming a video about like, oh, I'm here at Mount Tai and this is so easy. I'm gonna deal with this. I'm gonna climb on the top and this is gonna be fine. And the minute later and they're gonna be like, wait, it's so tired. It's so tired. I can't do this anymore. And the comments are gonna be like, 泰山会惩罚每一个嘴硬的人. And every time I look at this, and this is so funny.
It was like we say the spirit of Taishan, and then the first one is always being 会当凌绝顶，一览众山小. So it's like basically going up the mountain, and especially going to the top means that you have conquered to a certain point of challenge.
Well, that's the thing. Like as we saw when we were interviewing a lot of the guests, we interviewed old and young, men and women, and I think a lot of what we heard from them as well was, asking them what they think the Taishan spirit means to them.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, they basically summed it up as this kind of sense of perseverance, never giving up, always striving for success, and then getting to the top. Being able to conquer this, which I think is definitely something not only embedded in the culture, but in the literature, in the history, deep in the bones, in the genes of, Chinese people.
Yeah.
By saying conquerance, it is not about exploiting the mountain, but it is more about something related to yourself, making you a better person, push your limits to a further degree.
Actually coming here in person, coming here yourself, and just, climbing, it's one thing, but having the opportunity to just interact with so many people and see what their stories are, why they wanted to come here. Some of them even seem surprised to see us here, seeing so many foreigners come here, but then you see now you have like the expansion of the 144-hour transit visa with, so many more countries and open for different cities in China. You're seeing more and more foreigners now.
And it's definitely worth it. Chinese cities are not just about how good the views are, not just about how good the food tastes. It's also about the culture, knowing the stories behind every views, every trees, even like every dim sums that you have.
Chinese people are like, they're so like welcoming. They're very excited to talk to you and like share their experience. Outside of China, we don't really get a lot of information of China. So definitely come to China if you can. Meet some amazing people, eat some amazing food.
And see some amazing views.
And see amazing, and learn absolutely fantastic history. I mean, there are trees here that are older than the entirety of America.
Saying about the spirit of Taishan, it also celebrates inclusiveness. Mountain to some degrees can separate the land. But it's also like around the mountain, there will be different cultures giving birth to each other. And then when the communication is possible, when the transport is possible, you will have different cultures coming into together and forming the so-called the spirit of the mountain all together.
Connecting that to, you could say, a bigger picture or a larger picture, looking at China-US relations, for example. So we have, sayings about Mount Tai as well. For example, seeing only the leaf and not the mountain. You're only looking or focusing on short-term or partial interests. How do you think that kind of connects to China-US relations in the sense of what should we do to make sure we're not only focusing on these short-term or partial interests?
What we gotta do is keep going. We can look at the bright side. We can have like positive thoughts, just like Mount Tai.
I feel in the US, there's a lot of like misinformation about China. I've certainly encountered that. When I was telling people I was coming to China, people were like very worried about me and stuff. And then I get here and it's amazing. And like, come on guys, how can you not like it here?
So it's basically like you only focus on the short-term tactics instead of the long-term strategy. Right. Why we say we have a shared future as mankind, because the most urgent issue might not be the most important issues. In the long term, what we're focusing is that climate change, sea level rising. Though like US and China are located at different sides of the Pacific, but that we are facing these common threats.
Together, we all live on the same planet.
Yeah, so I think sometimes we can adopt a long-term strategy to cope with short-term issues.
Yes.
That you'll find that if you adopt a long-term strategy, the short-term issues might not be an issue in the first place. From the Chinese side, we're welcoming more and more US youth and students coming to this country.
That's it.
And then two civilizations coming together. The world is wide enough for all different cultures and ideologies to coming together to strive together.
If you're putting that leaf in front of yourself, you're creating the obstacles and you're creating the issues that are impeding being able to communicate better or to facilitate communication, where maybe it's just as simple as moving the leaf away, or in another sense, as a famous saying goes, is climbing the mountain. Once you reach the summit of the mountain, you realize that all other mountains just seem very small. Only then, when you reach that point, we'll be able to see the broader perspective. In the end, you know, we shouldn't let these differences we may have, whether they're political, culture, educational, historical, and just do our best to come together, to work together for the benefit of not only our own people, but for both countries and for the global community as a whole.
Yeah. Okay, so I think definitely come to Shandong.
That's it. That's it. I think definitely it's really worth a visit. I think definitely
this is gorgeous.
Upon our descent and climbing this mountain, I think definitely we'll have a lot of stories to share with our friends and family, you know, back home, and you know, hopefully that, you know, just us, this small act of just climbing a mountain and just sitting here discussing it, it's going to inspire more people to want to come here and just slowly break down these barriers that we have.
I know I'm going to make my family super jealous with this. They're already so jealous of all of the trips I've been on, and this, I'm really going to brag.
Well, you're going to have them come here and climb the mountain without the cable
car.
I'm
making
no
them
cable
come.
car.
No cable car this time.
That's it.
Mount Tai, with its 2.8 billion years of history, has witnessed countless changes, transformation in landscapes, rivers, and dynasties, as well as the rise and fall of civilizations.
Despite these changes, Mount Tai stands strong and unshaken. It remains welcoming and nurturing, inviting all who possess courage and dreams to challenge themselves.
Many have come, climbed, and reached the summit. While each person has their own reasons for climbing, I believe that standing at this peak offers a shared sense of strength and hope amid the grandeur of nation.
Just as clouds eventually clear and dawn breaks, so too will China-US relations evolve.
No matter how rugged and winding the road ahead may be, by working together, we will surely reach greater heights.
中美未来在青年。
Oh wow!
Wow!
We can see a lot more.
2,
No.
3.
Oh my god!
You're a horrible person.
No. Don't look! Don't look!
We have finished our climb on Mount Tai, and I have to say, aside from this moment right here, it was a very fun, enjoyable experience.
You did it! Yay!
Yeah.
Hi!
We did it!
We did it! High five! High five! High five! Yes! 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 Yes!
Until next time.